Hello, my dear students. Welcome to the new session and your very first class of the session. We have come together on the same platform during this pandemic, but we should not lose hope. As we have succeeded and encouraged ourselves, and due to the support of each other, we have come this far. So this session also we can overcome. So this is your first class of the session 2021 and 2022. As you all know me, but again I will introduce myself. My name is Alice Anthony. I'm your English as well as Social Studies teacher. Before starting the class, there are some important points I would like to discuss. From the day 1 of the class, you need certain books to study. So you need to purchase Sunbeams. This is for your English text. We will be studying from this today. Then comes our grammar. This will be your English grammar. Mastering grammar. And then for the social science, we have this book. So all these 3 books you need to purchase so that you can understand a bit more efficiently. Moving further, today we will be starting from the very beginning of the book Sunbeams, the chapter which is mentioned on the board, Tarot's Reward. It is given in your page number 9. We would be studying together and I would be explaining you Tarot's Reward story. So without any further ado, we should begin the class. Better note down, while watching this video, you should have your books and pencils with you in every class, in every video. Children, before moving forward in the chapter, this chapter is about Japan. It's about Japanese people and it's a Japanese folk tale. Okay, so before starting, I would like to show you some pictures of Japanese culture and what we will be studying in this chapter. All the pictures are related to this chapter, so kindly have a look. Children, let's begin. This is a Japanese folk tale about a young lad, Taro. Folk tale here means it's a traditional story from a particular place that was originally passed on to people in a spoken form. For example, you must have studied folk tales of Panchtantra, Swan and the Owl. So these are the folk tales which inspires or gives us a lesson, and they are traditionally developed from the original place. This is a Japanese folk tale about a young lad, Taro. Lad here is a boy or a young man. Okay, now this is a story about Taro. Here the main character is Taro, remember, who is a poor woodcutter. He loves his old parents, but because of his poverty, is unable to fulfill their wishes. Poverty means when a person is not able to live a good standard of living. Poverty means he is extremely poor. Let's begin the chapter now. One evening, when Taro and his parents were sitting in a corner of their hut that was on a hillside, a strong wind whistled through the cracks of the hut and everyone felt very cold. Now this is the scene where Taro and his parents were sitting, and they were sitting in the corner of the hut, okay, which was located on the hillside. A strong wind whistled. Now, whistled means made a high pitched sound. Like in the movies, you must have seen the wind voice, the wind noise. When there is extreme storm, you can hear the wind blowing. That is whistled. And the wind whistled through the cracks of the hut, and everyone felt cold. Okay? This is Taro's father and Taro's mother. This is Taro. Taro's father said, I wish I had a cup of sake. Now children, we will read this word not as sake, but as sake. Sake is a Japanese drink made from rice. Okay? Now in India, we have kara. In India, we call it lassi. So there are different drinks according to the places. So same way, this is a Japanese drink, and this is called sake. S-A-K-E. It would warm me and do my old heart good. Now he said that I wish I could have a cup of sake, and then I would feel a bit more warm because it was cold. This made Taro sadder than ever, for the heartwarming drink called sake was very expensive. Okay, as I mentioned here, poverty means extremely poor, so they couldn't afford a good standard of living. So Taro, when he heard his father said about the drink, he felt extremely sad. Why? Because he couldn't afford it. It was expensive. Next morning, Taro jumped out of bed earlier than usual and made his way to the forest. Next morning, he woke up really early to work in the forest. Make sure you know his profession. He was a woodcutter. He chopped out and cut. Chopped means your mother cut vegetables. Have you ever noticed her? That is chopping of the vegetable. Chopping means to cut in small pieces. His mouth was dry and his face was wet with sweat. So during the work, he was loaded with work. He was working really hard, so he was full sweaty. He was thinking while he was working, he thought, my poor old father, if only he was as warm as I. He's thinking that I wish I could afford whatever my parents desire. Suddenly, Taro stopped chopping. He heard the sound of a rushing water. He ran in the direction of the sound. Now children, in the movies you must have seen, like in Bear Grylls in Discovery, you must have seen that Bear Grylls, whenever he is camping in the forest, he listens to the sound of the water and he follows the water. So same with Taro. While he was working in the forest, he heard a sound of a rushing water, and then he ran to find the direction of the rushing water. Could it possibly be rushing water? First he doubted, because it happens that we are working continuously and then it thinks that we are imagining false things. So then, in order to make sure, he ran in the direction of the sound, of the rushing water sound. Taro saw a beautiful waterfall hidden behind a rock. What did he see? A beautiful waterfall which was hidden behind a rock. Kneeling, he cupped a little in his hands and put it on his lips. Kneeling means घुटने टेकना. Okay, when we kneel, that is kneeling. He cupped. Cupped means, children, when we put water like that, when we take water like that, that is cupping. Okay? Kneeling, he cupped a little in his hands and put it on his lips. जैसे कोई अपन को हाथ से पानी पिलाता है, how we drink, that is called cupping. Okay? Cup के shape में बनाना अपने हाथ को, that is called cupping. I can't believe this waterfall has delicious sake instead of water. Now children, the water here tasted like sake. Okay, and he was so happy. Taro quickly filled the pitcher he had with him and hurried home. Pitcher is a vessel or a container. इसको हम pitcher बोलते हैं. Pitcher. Pitcher. The old man was delighted with the sake. He was comforted and relieved with the drink. After only one sip of the liquid, he stopped shivering. Shivering means when we feel cold, we shiver. Okay, that is shivering. So when we have a cup of coffee or when we have a warm drink, we are relieved. So after having sake, the old man was relieved. That afternoon, Taro's father politely offered his neighbor a cup of sake. The lady drank it greedily. Okay, जैसे उसको कभी मिला नहीं हो वो ऐसे पी गई. Sake. You see, this sake is from the waterfall that my son found in the forest. Now he said to this old lady. The neighbor left in hurry. By nightfall, she had spread the story throughout the village. उसने जाके सबको बता दिया about the drink. We must see the magic waterfall. Now she said that okay, even we want sake. So let us go and visit the waterfall from where Taro has got this sake. That evening, there was a long procession. Children, underline procession. Procession means going in a line or a group in some ceremony. Okay, एक group में चलना किसी purpose के लिए. That is called procession. Of visitors to the woodcutter's house. Each person heard the story of the waterfall and took a sip of the sake. Now, here in the evening, they all formed a group and they went in a long procession to the woodcutter's house. And then each person heard the story of the waterfall and took a sip of sake. इसके घर गए और सब मिल बांट कर ड्रिंक ले रहे थे and was listening to the story. Next morning, Taro started for work even earlier than the morning before. Okay, lastly, he woke up, like for example at 5 o'clock he woke up and went to work. Now he woke up more early than before. That means at 4 o'clock might be. Okay, and he went to work. He intended to go to the waterfall. उसके मन में था that he will visit the waterfall again. When he reached, he found to his great surprise all his neighbors there. What did he see? That all his neighbors were present beside the waterfall. Then one villager knelt and held his mouth under the waterfall to drink. Understood? Now what happened is all the villagers सारे waterfall के पास पहुंच गए थे. So one villager knelt down. Knelt मतलब घुटने टेक लिए उसने and he held his mouth under the waterfall to drink. Okay? He wanted to drink from the waterfall. Now what did he experience? He said, water, nothing but water. We have been tricked. Tricked means we have been made fool. हमें पागल बनाया गया है. ये तो सिर्फ पानी जैसा टेस्ट कर रहा है. Okay? Muttering their anger and disappointment, underline, muttering means you are saying something which is not clear. जैसे बड़बड़ाना in Hindi. Okay, muttering. So they were very angry, so they were telling each other. They were muttering their anger and disappointment. The villagers left the place. Once more, Taro caught a little liquid in his hand and put it to his lips. Now, after they were going, Taro came close to the waterfall and he drank the sake. He drank the water. And it tasted like sake to him, but not to the villagers. To the thoughtful son, thoughtful, why? Because he loved his parents more than anything. To the thoughtful son, the magic waterfall gave the delicious sake, but to everyone else, it gave only cold water. Understood? That was a magical fountain. The story of Taro and his magic waterfall reached the Emperor of Japan. Okay, reached the Emperor of Japan. He sent for Taro and rewarded him. Rewarded means he gave him his piece of a momentum or a prize, okay, as a token of love. That means reward. Bhet dena. Then he named the most beautiful fountain in the city after Taro. So he named this fountain as Taro's fountain after him. This is to encourage all children to honor and obey their parents, because Taro used to think a lot about his parents. So that is why he was gifted by the magical fountain. Whatever he thought it was, he wanted sake, the water or the magical fountain gave him delicious sake. So the moral of the story is love your parents and care for them. Okay? Alright children, so as I've explained this chapter, this is a Japanese folk tale about the character Taro. Okay, and he was so thoughtful of his parents that he was gifted by a magical fountain, and he was gifted a drink which is a Japanese drink made from rice, and it is called sake. Okay, so this was the story which we just read. It is a folk tale. Now in the Zoom class, I would be sharing certain pictures of Japanese culture which will make you more grasp this concept or this topic. Okay, so I hope you have understood this chapter, and please do the question and answers which I'll be sharing in the form of a PDF. Take care my dear students, and all the best for the next class. Difficult words: kneeling, delicious, picture, procession.